Welcome to Critical Hit, a Major Spoilers podcast. Thank you so much for downloading and checking us out, and I'm so glad that you're joining us again this week as we continue our weird Western Pathfinder adventure. And Sam, last time that we were here together, things didn't look so hot.
Depends on what side of the cactus forest you were on.
Well, we are in, the southern part of Texas, right along the golf course, so I'm going to imagine that things are pretty hot, regardless.
So yeah, what did it happen last time?
On critical hit.
On critical hit.
Yeah, what they said.
You guys suck.
So last time,
just to irritate you.
Last time, it's been a while since we've played.
Yes.
But
I was kidnapped by a cactus.
Yes. And
Catnapped, if you will.
And so, yes, we did go out looking for Eshin, and we ended up in this cactus forest. And if I'm not mistaken, I don't know if this is character knowledge or just player knowledge. These cactus people are like elves.
Druids.
Dryads. That's what they are.
What druid? No, not druids. They might be druids. We don't know.
They
what
might
class.
be.
You have been told that there's a possibility that there is a dryad in the area, though you do not know what exactly you're about to encounter here, though you will be allowed to make knowledge nature checks once your actions come out to try to figure that one out. But I believe where we left off, actually, was that there were some perception checks made, and only Chema was sharp-eyed enough to spot the fact that some of these cacti are moving. So we're actually going to be acting in a surprise round right now. So if everyone wants to roll me initiative, only Chema will act this round, but everyone else's initiative will trigger next round. And by only Chema, I mean Chema and the bad guys and Eshin will be acting.
I got a 10.
I got a rock. Didn't really no 4. Okay. Awesome.
Wow. Rob, how do you do that, man?
Oh, God.
He's the designated Brian for this season.
Rob usually rolls poorly on initiative on the main stage game.
Yeah.
Yeah, my initiative is always terrible.
But you like going last.
He doesn't like it so much as tolerate
actually be going first with this character, but it doesn't matter. I'm basically going to be top of the round.
Ching!
Just, starting round 2. Yeah. I very consistently roll low on initiative.
Okay.
And I'm like the only character who doesn't have any decent initiative bonuses.
In the universe? Or in this round?
Oh, no, you've got a really...
in the game.
Yeah, you really have a low...
In this particular game.
I think Rodrigo has the highest, right, Rodrigo?
I've got a pretty decent initiative bonus. I don't know. It looks like I do have the highest.
Yeah. Matthew's second. Brian and I are tied.
Unless other people have, situational ones.
No.
Oh, I do have those, yeah.
Oh, do you, Matthew?
Yeah, I have additional initiative on Thursdays when the bells ring. When the swallows come back to Capistrano, Alder's initiative gets a +5. Oh, Jesus, I entertained myself.
It's good you entertained someone. There we go.
Oh.
Boom! Two big guns come out.
All right. First of all, that was too easy. You both of you are better than that.
One of us.
This is how you repay us.
Okay. And then, sorry, what was Eshin's initiative?
2.
2?
2.
No,
you rolled a 1.
Oh,
he has
nice.
a bonus.
Nicely done. All right. Alder?
Alder's initiative is 13, which is a lovely number, I find.
Okay. Chema?
22.
Yowza.
Russell?
10.
And Hanging Judge?
12.
So taking away at 23. So yeah, you guys are looking out onto this cactus field, And then one of the cactus starts moving. So what you guys thought was just a large prickly pear turns out to be animate. It is, as it approaches you, you can see a vaguely anthropomorphic prickly pear cactus. It has a flat face with basically prickly pear fruit where its eyes would be, and wide arms and legs that are covered in thorns. And it's going to just waltz right up to here and smash Russell.
No, not me.
It's Prickly Paul.
So he's going to slam you with one of his prickly paddles, but that will miss.
Woo.
But then Chema, you had spotted this guy coming, and while everyone else is just kind of agape by it, you had the time to ready a weapon and act in this surprise round.
Yay. Give me a second.
Sure.
Eshen's not within 50 feet of me, is he?
15, 20, 25, 30, 35. He is, actually.
Oh, okay. Well, as unexciting as it is to get to act in a surprise round and cast Bless, I'll cast Bless.
Okay.
Because I think we're going to need it. Chema will reach into his coat and pull out his badge and say, I hereby deputize you all. Because apparently I need to, because it's verbal, semantic, and divine focus components. So
yeah, sorry about that.
I need to make a lot more noise about my spells, apparently. But Bless is going to give a +1 morale bonus to attack rolls, weapon damage rolls, and saving throws.
Versus fear.
Saving throws versus fear, yeah. No, actually, all saving throws.
Oh, really? Did they change that?
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I was reading the wrong side.
Oh, you was reading Mythic. Yep. You're reading Mythic Bless.
Yep.
Yeah, you guys are not nearly so cool to have that.
Wow.
So yeah, just attack rolls and saving throws against fear effects.
Cool.
Attack rolls. Okay.
Yeah. I mean that's what we're here for.
Yeah.
And I think I want to say, is it a swift action to activate a judgment?
It is.
So I will activate my judgment of justice. And what's the terrain like?
Basically we're gonna play the game called Where's There a Cactus? All right, so that barrel cactus that if you see yes, exactly. Those are you can take cover behind them, but you'll need to make a dex check or an acrobatics check, DC 10, anytime you end your round next to them, but we're not counting this round, or take a point of damage from their spikiness. Mm-hmm. If you are walking through an area that just has like brush or grass or sky, because I, merged a bunch of pictures here, that is regular terrain. If you are walking on an area that has a cactus, that is difficult terrain. And if you're walking in this mess in the middle that is just nothing but cactus, that is difficult terrain, that is also pointy terrain. So you will take a point of damage for crossing it.
How much cactus does there have to be in a square? Like any cactus and it's difficult?
Yeah, any cactus and it's difficult. If it's nothing but cactus, it is going to cause you a point of damage to walk across it.
All right. In that case, I will move just a few steps back. Like there.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
Okay. next up is another one of the cactus men is going to come at you. And so he will move 5, 10, 15, 20, and attack the hanging judge. That's a 20 to hit your AC?
Yeah, that'll hit.
Cool. Then he will do some damage. So take 7 damage as he slams you with his prickly arm.
Ouch.
And that is him. So that takes us to Alder. Alder, if you want to make a knowledge nature check, you can try to identify some of these creatures.
That seems like something I would want to do. Let's see, let me find my knowledge nature. Oh, there it is. So I'm rolling a d20 plus my bonus, yes?
Correct.
All right. Ha ha. Whoop-ha. How about a nat 20?
Wow. Okay. Well, you know
I'm pretty
all
sure
of
I
this.
know what these are.
So these are saguari, which is kind of a misnomer in that they're not actually saguaro cacti. These are prickly pear cactus, but it's kind of the general name for any sort of animated cactus person. They are highly territorial and often are in the service of more significant fae. They are not evil, you'd say, but just like they are spiky. They can grow, regenerate by putting roots down. And if you are on good terms with them, they can actually be a boon to travelers because their blood effectively is water. So they can help people in need, but they don't take kindly to anyone damaging their forests or coming into territory that they consider under their protection.
Is there a point in time where I would be able to convey any of this information, or would that be something that would happen on my turn?
Oh, right. I'm sorry. This is still a surprise round. So you'll be able to do that when you can act again.
Okay.
Which is, let's skip a bunch of people's turns because it's a surprise round. And we go to another saguari. Let me check on your move speed, saguari. Speed 30. That's pretty good. Okay.
Holy moly! That
Well,
seems like a lot.
that's what standard speed is.
Okay.
Yeah, 30 feet, not 30 squares.
Got it. I'm like, what the heck? That's one fast cacti.
This cactus will move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 to also take a swing at Russell. These cacti seem to have no actual problem moving through the cactus themselves. The plants kind of like almost part as they move towards you. And he will slam you for 23 to hit.
That will hit.
Take 5 damage.
All right.
Oh yeah, I somehow missed a cactus. So he'll act now because I forgot about him. He's also going to move and attack Russell. They seem to particularly dislike Russell for some reason.
Why? I have not done anything to them.
Probably your haircut.
Does I'm guessing a 12 does not hit your AC.
Does not hit.
Okay. And he does not have flanking or anything like that. So, okay. So he will miss, and then at nearly the bottom of the round. So, Chema, you had been able to spot that these guys were moving cacti. So you are taken still by surprise when a very large cactus at the back of the forest just ceases to be a cactus and is a female figure now. That was definitely, no doubt, a cactus and just isn't anymore. This, where there was a cactus, there's now a short, curvy woman. She has purple skin and spines running around her skin that are starting to they're pointed up in a way that looks very much like almost an animal with its hackles raised. And then she's got spikes that are particularly prominent at the top of her head, giving her sort of an appearance of spiky hair. Her forehead is ringed with prickly pear fruit in a way that resembles a crown. And she points and yells something at you in a language that only one of you understands. And I will send that message to the person who knows it.
Tick tock, tick tock. Who will get a message? Who will get a secret message?
And then she gestures with her fingers in a way that to the spellcasters in your group looks vaguely familiar, although you cannot exactly tell what she is casting until it starts having its effects. So why doesn't everyone give me a will save?
Oh, no.
I will save.
I probably won't.
Where the heck is Will, man?
That's a decent roll.
It's not a fear effect, is it?
It is not.
Slorg.
Oh, boy.
I have a +1 and I got the highest roll.
Wow.
Nice.
So this is awesome because you all fail, except for the fact that Matthew is immune. So you guys all, like, as she gestures, there's just like this kind of like sweet, soothing smell that wafts around all of you, and you guys fall asleep.
No.
Except for that, Matthew, you seem unaffected.
I seem
Or Alder.
unaffected.
You are unaffected.
Alder is unaffected.
You are unaffected.
And let me check on something, basically just the radius of the spell, because I think also Eshin is unaffected. Yeah, because it is, you are out of the range of that Eshin. So you are also unaffected.
Now the question is Dawn affected?
Dawn is totally affected with that. I will consider that roll to be Dawn's roll, and she just immediately falls asleep.
Sleeping dog.
Oh yeah. So that was her. We're at the surprise round.
That was surprising.
And so yeah, we get to
Don't have the action at the very
Roll
end of
new
the surprise round.
characters.
Huh?
I thought I got an action at the very end of the surprise round.
Oh yes, you do. Though you are. Keep in mind all the things I showed you on the email. So you have your kind of
Right.
out.
I am going to turn back to her
Mm-hmm.
and asking Callisian what she's doing.
She will say, back to you, protecting my home.
They're not going to hurt it.
And she kind of smiles and gestures at them, and says, no, they're not.
They're looking for me. Probably.
So, all right, everyone is now asleep except for Alder, you, and the plant people. So, Alder, what are you doing? When the next Saguara's action comes up, he's going to start trying to pick up Russell.
Do I have to wait for an action, or are we...
We're going to briefly kind of go out of combat, go to narrative right now, because there are only a few people capable of acting. So if you are going to take hostile actions, then we can go back into rounds. If you want to talk as well, then we can talk.
Alder's first instinct is to talk.
All right.
In the language of his people. Why are you attacking us? Why are you attacking us? He said, getting back into character for the first time in a few weeks. It takes a moment.
She seems to kind of notice you for the first time and is taken aback. It says, "What are you?"
I am Alder, and my friends and I mean you no harm. We are merely trying to gather our friend Eshin, who seems to be in your possession.
She looks at Eshin and says, she says in Sylvan, do you speak Sylvan? So Alder understands, but Eshin does not.
I do not think he does.
I say Eshin just blinks a couple times.
Ooh, when Eshin blinks, which direction do his eyelids go?
Both.
It's a very important question for all sorts of lizard things.
So like
Which
up and down and
eyelids?
sideways?
Yeah,
Oh, that is
kind of more from the, because they're
Back to front.
elongated face, so his eyes are actually on the, kind of on the side, so it comes more from the back of the head and the front of the
nice.
face.
wow. That's cool.
She'll say, I took him because he was corrupted. And she points at Russell and says, and he is further gone.
Can you help them?
How do you speak the language of the forest?
It's a gift from my mother. My friends and I encountered a malevolent spirit which seems to have infected them with some sort of, as you say, corruption, but we don't know how or what to do about it.
Who is your mother?
Could I tell her a name?
Yeah, I think I gave you a name.
But would she know the name?
Yeah, Ishera is your mother's name.
My mother is Ishera.
She cocks her head and says, Ishera did not mention she had a son last time we spoke.
Well, there are times when I'm not always... Never mind. That's not important right now. She does have a son, and he is here, and his friends are asleep, and I would prefer that they remain unpierced, and ideally, perhaps even uncorrupted. Discorrupted? Sylvan is so difficult to conjugate.
You will vouch for them?
I will.
On your mother's name? And on your spirit guide? She nods at Dawn.
We have traveled together long enough that I believe I can make that assessment, yes.
Very well. She will gesture to the Saguarai, who will back off.
Thank you. May I check on my guide?
Yes. She'll step forward.
May we know your name?
I am Noctly. Whilst your friends, we will speak.
Alder's first rises the dog. Well, it's his dog. Make sure that Dawn is awake. Perhaps out of the side pouch, a little something to crush around the nostrils to help awaken everyone.
Cool. Yeah, you've got smelling salts, which you can administer to everyone.
He will be extremely careful around Russell, as Russell seems the type to wake up punching.
Well, Russell wakes up and immediately his legs fly up and what's that? It's like a spin kick thing where he, like the break dancers used to do, you know?
A kip up.
Yes, but not like a back kick up, but like our legs swing up and he spins around, then he basically spins into a crouching position, ready to strike.
Yeah, the Saguarai have actually formed a perimeter specifically around you, and all have their kind of paddle hands ready. So Noxley will wait until everyone has sort of been browsed, and then she will say,
"Oh, am I going to be able to rouse the judge without adjusting his mask?"
Yeah, I mean, you don't need to use smelling salts on him, and also his mask has room for him to breathe. So
okay, so I'll just poke him. Hey, wake up! I can't get the salts under your mask. Wake up!
Okay.
Oh, good, you're awake.
What's happening?
I defeated all of the monsters, and now they are lauding me as their king.
Okay.
That's not what happened.
Well, no, but there's no need to be cruel about it.
Noxley will actually say to you, your friends, they do not speak Sylvan or Calessian?
Not that I'm aware of. Do any of you speak Sylvan or Calessian?
I'm sorry, I don't know what those are.
Can't say I do.
I wake Gemma.
Oh. What happened?
Do you speak Sylvan or Calessian?
No.
So the purple woman grabs some petals from a nearby cactus and seems to be getting ready to cast a spell again.
What's going on?
Do I think I know what type of spell it is?
You can make a spellcraft check.
Ooh, what's my spellcraft? I'm gonna check that number. Doodly doodly doo. Where do all my numbers live? They are under S. Ooh, I have a bonus for that too. This is gonna be the best.
That's good because you need it to roll it all.
Otherwise, you're like, whoa, magic's weird.
Yeah.
So if I have a bonus, I roll a d20 plus that bonus. Yes.
Correct.
Yep.
And if I don't have it, it's untrained, and I'm just a stoner, and I got nothing.
Just roll a d20.
Yeah. Well. Okay.
13.
You are uncertain.
I trust that she is not malicious, and hope that my trust is not in vain.
She blows the flower petals in your directions, and like one of them rests on each of you. And then she speaks in Sylvan again. Can you understand me now? And all of you can.
Yes, I can understand you clearly.
Good.
Huh? So what is this spell? What is the spell that just got cast?
Oh, it would be mass comprehend languages.
Okay.
Wow.
So you know, like now that you've seen the effect, you know that like both of you that is on your list. You've heard of that spell, and this is clearly a more powerful version than either of you would be capable of casting.
Mm-hmm.
She says, my apologies for your injuries and stealing your friend. You have my hospitality.
Why did you steal Eshin?
His people broke their truce with me.
Oh, Eshin.
And do you,
I did it?
do you know anything of the corruption?
Unfortunately, I do.
What corruption?
I will show you. And she starts walking And as she gestures, the cacti just kind of part ways in front of you to form a path. You are familiar with this, Alder. In fact, like, she doesn't even, if you wanted to, you could just walk through the parts that she isn't clearing. But yeah, this is a Fey step.
Cool. Does it indicate that she seemed to be asking us to follow?
Yes.
We follow. Or I do.
Yeah, I'll take
follow.
my cues from Alder here.
Yeah, I'll follow too.
Yep.
So she leads you to deep into this forest. It is really impressive. It's very dense. And again, if you didn't have someone guiding you, you think would be impossible to navigate without getting really spiked. And she leads you to what looks like a stone circle. And there are other saguari there that are tending to it. There seem to be kind of two separate areas. One is cacti that are just damaged in some fashion. So some of them look like they've been trampled, or they've been maybe a little withered by drought or gnawed on by an animal. But then significantly further away is a section of cacti that you now recognize by now are succumbing to the blight.
Oh.
And there is a stone wall around it, and anyone can make me either perception or survival check.
Which am I better at?
My guess would be you're about the same.
Yep. Not trained in either.
I'll do survival for
nice.
mine.
Wow, you guys are great at this.
I got a 25.
As did I.
Cool.
I got a 16.
So yeah, you see all the same evidence that you have before. Most of the cactus that are sick seem to be younger, older, weaker in some fashion. But what's most notable is this stone ring that they've been formed. There's clear evidence that this started as a sort of small quarantine zone and has gradually been getting larger.
Where did this start?
She looks at Eshin pointedly.
Do I know where this would have started?
You think it started in the hag territory of the swamp?
Oh. It started with the hags.
Just one. That's all that's left.
One hag is left?
Yes.
You took care of that?
No, that was the arrangement with your people. It was an alliance. She is an enemy to both of us.
What do you mean by his people?
The Calicians.
There was an arrangement to leave one?
No, there was an arrangement to destroy them all. She should not still be around. And yet, she is. And she is vengeful.
And she is the source of this blight.
No, she is simply a tender.
Do we know what the source of the blight is?
I do not know. She looks at Russell. You are tainted. Worse than your friend.
What do you mean tainted?
She gestures to your arm.
That's an injury that hasn't really started to heal correctly.
You are tainted. You were tainted before this.
I'm not sure what you mean. Before this. We had a fight. I was injured.
No.
Eshin was
She
injured.
means She means like with ghosts.
Oh.
Yes. You are not... She like gestures to the rest of you. Strong in life. Show me your arm.
I hold out my arm to her. Pull up the sleeve where you can see the...
She visibly cringes. And she pulls a few quills from her head.
Mm-hmm.
And she takes your arm in one hand and starts putting the quills into your arm in like very specific spots, which remarkably doesn't hurt. And if you want to make me a heal check, Chema.
Sure.
Actually, heal is untrained, so anyone can make me a heal check.
I suck.
22.
Man, I'm rolling low today.
You and me both.
Yeah, so Chema, you think that this is not going to like cause him any injury. And Russell, actually, you recognize this because you've seen people back in the temple do something very similar. This is a form of acupuncture.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And as she keeps pressing needles into your arm, the wound starts oozing. And the part of it that where you saw wasn't healing properly, it's just becomes almost a just foul liquid, almost like lancing a boil, and comes dripping out of your arm. And she has gestures, and a Saguarai comes forward with a bowl, very similar actually to the one that Eshin found, and collects the ooze that is coming out of your arm.
All right. I allow them to collect it until it all comes out.
Okay. It's a fairly gross process.
I'm sure it is.
We now know the secret of the ooze.
Ugh.
What?
No, this is gross. It's coming out my arm. See, I'm role playing.
Okay.
Ugh.
And now our ninja can go. Go ninja, go ninja, go.
Ninja. Exactly. It's weird because when he moans, it sounds like a sad trombone. It's...
She will say, "This is not enough for you. It will return." She kind of looks at Eshin. You were able to fight it. You did not take ill.
No.
You must stay with him.
Okay.
If you leave his side, he could succumb again. The protections I gave you when I cleansed you will help him.
Is there something else we could put on this? A salve or ointment? Aloe, perhaps?
I just might happen to have something.
Yeah, you've got some aloe. I mean, aloe is really better for sunburns than cuts, but can't hurt.
It's
Mix it
nature's
with some
miracle
mint;
plant.
it'll have a lovely scent.
So why can't you heal me completely?
It is beyond my power. If I had that power, she gestures to the sick cactus, I would not be using it on you.
So do you believe that what is wrong with Russell is what is affecting everything else here?
The new infection, yes. Not the old one, though possibly connected.
Oh, well, that is actually a lot more helpful. That means we probably can help Russell.
It does answer a couple of questions that I had been wondering.
Just, we have an owl to find.
And perhaps a hag as well.
An owl?
Yes, this all happened because there is a relic that was brought here. It has not been properly cleansed, so it is blighting your land.
What form of relic?
A very old one from before the times when this was the United States, or before it was Mexico even, from a long, long time ago.
She shrugs. I don't really pay attention to human territories.
Well, that must be your prerogative. But suffice it to say that the rituals involve a lot of blood. So if you know the people involved, you will probably understand what sort of problems it can cause.
Yes, I do know those people. I have not seen them in a long time.
No. Although, as far as reunions go, I suppose you might be looking at one now.
She, studies you. Suppose there is a similarity. Your clothing is different.
Yes. Humans move a lot faster than the Fae.
This is true, apparently. She, looks at Alder again.
So do you know Alder's mom?
Yes. I saw her 40 of your years ago?
Well, that explains what you wouldn't know. Although I don't know how old Alder is.
Not 40, I can tell you that much.
I have a hard time gauging the ages of humans. But there is a resemblance. I am sorry I was not there for your birth celebration. How is your mother?
The last I knew, she was well.
That is good. It is a dangerous time.
For many, yes. Fortunately, I have found a lovely town.
Which I will point out may be in serious peril.
This is very true.
You live among your father's people?
Among is perhaps too strong a word, but yes, in a small town known as Redemption. We're actually on our way there now.
Well, what do you intend to do?
The general plan is to find the relic and return it to where it belongs and bring any amount of justice to the people involved.
That will be very dangerous.
Yes.
If you are to face Tlatska, come to me before you go to her realm.
The hag?
Yes.
Yeah.
We can do that.
I will do what I can to assist you. She, looks down and says, and actually she's wearing a pair of gloves, much like the rest of her clothing, that seem to be woven out of cactus hair. Mm-hmm. And she very carefully peels the gloves off her hands and hands them to Alder and says, a gift for preventing unnecessary bloodshed.
It is what I do.
And those are some magical gloves, and I will share them in a link with you here.
Spiffy.
What they do. But they are gloves of elven kind.
I'm elven kind.
Exactly.
On the left, well, I'll only wear the left glove.
You count.
I get a bonus to competence. That's the first time I've ever had that.
We could all use a little bit of it.
Right? 46 years on planet Earth, and now I get to be competent. I'm so psyched.
Slightly more confident at one specific thing.
Well, you live, you learn, you sing a Alanis Morissette song. Excellent. Well, I will, at some point, figure out how to put that on my character sheet.
You can, she'll turn to Eshin and say, sorry for taking you. I could not know your intentions. Why are you not in a hunting party?
My aunts believed we needed help from outside.
Why did she send you?
I am not part of the tribe currently.
That may be good for you. The war party we encountered was tainted. Worse than you and your friend. I do not believe they serve the interests of life anymore.
I will keep that in mind should we see any of my kin. Thank you for assisting us.
Thank you for fighting.
Just nod.
Be safe. Return to me.
I will.
And she nods in a kind of, regal, you have my permission to go now. And opens the path behind you.
Turn around and start walking out.
As regally as we can.
Well, I think that's a great place to stop this week on Critical Hit. Thank you so much for checking us out, and I hope you enjoy this weird Western that Sam has put together for us. It's certainly a lot of fun, and we're having a joy playing it for you. If you want to see our adventures continue here on Critical Hit, then you can help us out, and we could really use your help. Head over to patreon.com/majorspoilers, where you can find all sorts of goodies, and depending on the funding level that you get yourself set up, you can get some original art, t-shirts, membership cards, and a whole lot more. Go check it out at patreon.com/majorspoilers, and until next week, here's hoping all of your dice rolls are critical hits.
This podcast is copyright 2017 by Major Spoilers Entertainment, LLC.